Hey guys. Hey guys, welcome to my 5th Hellish Quart competitive tournament. The turnout has been uh, pretty decent actually. We got 8, so for Thursday that's not bad. If anyone wants to join last minute, please let me know because that actually dictates the format we'll be doing. We'll be doing a round robin this time around because we have 8 people. That's like the maximum for a round robin, so I think that'll be the best way to do it. We could totally do like double elimination with 8 people as well. That is enough. But it is kind of a short double elimination if we do it that way. So I think it's better to just get as many fights as we can out of this and do a round robin instead. So I'll get into commentator chat so that you guys can hear me without taking up bandwidth by having the stream in the background or anything like that. And if anyone wants to commentate with me, feel free to ask, and I can let you in. And Plebian, you are fighting me first. That's just how it ended up turning out. So I'm in the first fight. Unfortunately, there's gonna be no easy pathway to victory for anybody here because of we got some elite players here. And everybody has to fight everybody, so okay. But Plebian is a tough opponent actually. And he's recently picked up Zera and done pretty well with him, so okay. Dungeons and Dragons call. What the hell? Looks like some members of the community are doing Dungeons and Dragons right now. I'm surprised, but that's okay. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't expect that call, but alright. Everything's good to go. I'm just trying to bring the stream up on my phone, but nonetheless, we will continue forward to do the fight. And like I always do with these round robins, it is point based, so obviously if you win everything, you win. It's Plebian on the left. If you win everything, you win, but even if you lose, you should try to score as many points as you can, because that can still put you in contention for victory. And we've got the tie breaks as usual. Good luck, everyone. Here we go. I got the stream up. What I mean is luck is good. 500 wiggly dollars on luck. Nice. Yeah, it would be cool to see luck excel in this tournament. Anyway, I'll be quiet for most of this, most likely. Alright, good fight, Plebian. I didn't warm up with Hellish Quart, but anyone who watched my previous stream is probably aware I did warm up with Bleach Rebirth of Souls, so it at least got me into the mindset of like fast-paced gameplay and stuff like that. So, and I've got coffee here, so hopefully that's gonna help me going forward as well. But still, good effort. Zera is very vulnerable to sidesteps. I think that's what really got him there, and just the pressure that Barabash can bring forth there. Still a good game. No, you get only one shot. It's round robin. Yeah, good question though, Plebian. I don't know if I made that clear. Well, your Barabash was a pretty good answer, I thought. Maybe you gotta pick him up again. I don't know. At least for fighting Barabash. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't give many more pointers besides that. It feels like Zera just doesn't have the movement speed at times to catch him. That was a good try with the stabs, but it seemed like I was able to read those, so. It's only my bar that 7 owes me like that. Okay. Yeah, it might not just be a matchup. Well, matchup as far as players, I suppose, is a big part of it. But I still think your Barabash was pretty tough when you used him against me, but left foot forward approach with upcuts to Bar's non-sword arm could work a bit better. Yeah, because I think that is the one spot where his guard is particularly weak. And it might catch me as well if I try sidestepping and then you just sort of single tempo me. So I think I think that was a good tip there from Venator, at least intuitively, but I don't play Zera, so I can't really comment there. Luck is here for the next fight. Julian will be fighting Luck, but Julian hasn't responded just yet. We'll give him a little bit more time, and if not, we'll just switch and skip the fight for now. But you guys know how I do this. We come right back to it as soon as the fighter in question shows up. Yeah, it seems like that's what Zera needs to do. He needs to find some way to claim space for himself the moment that Bara gets moving to shut him down with that reach. I think Luck said he wants to commentate. Sure. Come on in, Luck, and we'll make sure the audio is working because often OBS switches up the settings. I think I can just let you in right away. Oh, nice. You're requesting to speak. Hello, Luck.
Yellow.
Nice. It looks like the
How is
audio
it
is
going?
working too. Beautiful. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so I'll let you back in then. I was gonna kick you and move on, but since you're here, you can just use the same
Hell yeah.
link. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I don't ever use the links. I just join off the press friends thing.
Nice. Okay, Malik, Mike, I think, is up next.
Like, he played yesterday in Tao's thing.
Yeah, that's Prison Mike, right? Just changed his name.
I'm not sure.
Looks like him. Maestro against Mike. Excellent, he's here. Yeah, it's Prison Mike, just spelled differently. Okay. Yeah, he's been away for a bit, but he's been part of the community for a while. I
He was
remember
pretty
he was
solid.
in USFC especially. Luck's a good bit louder than me. Okay, let's have a
Am I
look.
loud? I don't think I'm talking loud.
Yeah, I think it's the volume on OBS. Let me just turn that
Okay.
down a bit. Yeah, for me you sound okay. I don't think it's Discord side. Okay, let me know if that's better, guys.
Yellow, yellow. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog, I think.
Okay, Maestro is here. Beautiful. All right, let's get started then. And Mike, you'll be on the left. Maestro, you'll be on the right. Really curious to see what Prison Mike has been cooking lately. He seems to have been sparring, so. And I think he competed recently.
He did the event yesterday, but before that I haven't seen him.
Okay.
He did okay. I don't remember what he played. I think it was Marina.
Yeah, that sounds right from what I saw yesterday. Mike, you're on the left. Maestro, you're on the right. And let me know if you need a keyboard.
Interestingly, he got in Parsec though. He couldn't join Tao's Parsec yesterday. Had to use Steam. Good it works here.
Yeah. Zara. Oh, might have moved back by mistake. A bit better? Okay. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Marina against Zara. Nice.
I'm not sure I've ever. Well, I did see this matchup with Plebian and Jihadi, but they weren't really fighting. They were just having a staring contest. So I don't know how good this matchup is.
Yeah, I don't have experience with this one either, so. Nice
Oh,
push.
nice push.
I think Maestro still has the experience regardless, though. He probably has work cut out for him, and that sidestep didn't quite work.
Yeah, but experience isn't always everything, you know? It's all about playing in the moment. Nice push.
Yeah, says I can push too.
I don't know why Marinas don't push more. I mean, they have the ability to, but they don't push much.
And the shield guards you passively, so you'd think would be a good idea.
There's another push.
Yeah, Zera's sidestep game sometimes. Okay, that's interesting, but Maestro did get a hit.
Wow.
Good push there.
Nice. He does have a great dash and a push.
Yeah. In Zera's sidestep game, sometimes he moves quickly in short bursts, but I don't know if his sidestep attacks are well optimized to deal with Marina or not.
Maybe, but if he misses, he's gonna die.
Yeah. Oh, interesting from Maestro. That sort of fool's guard, drunkard position. Push again.
Yeah. Mike's not really throwing any preemptive attacks, so he kind of just sits there and lets the push happen.
Yeah.
It is hard to react to it. So
Yeah.
you're kind of just gonna have to throw something out there.
Right, yeah. It comes with experience. And I think he had a chance to punish Maestro there, but he's being a little passive now. He's afraid of the pushes, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice. Blocked it and then got in.
And a sidestep.
Around the door.
Okay, 7-3. Good win for Maestro.
It was a good attempt.
Oak against Piper now. We're Oak and Piper are starting their tournament with a bang.
Yeah.
I don't think Oak is actually happy with this. I mean, theoretically Oak has a better record, but honestly, Piper is just the type of guy you don't want to fight if you're not warmed up.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to fighting him either. So I feel bad for Oak, but
Yeah,
if there's anyone to do it, Oak's the guy.
yeah. And to make matters worse for Oak, right after this, regardless of outcome, he has to fight Maestro. So, a rough start for him, but I'm sure a lot of people are happy to see that. Pressure on one of the top contenders. But this is also an opportunity for him to knock down two of the strong competitors and secure his spot in the top three. So we'll see what happens. And Oak, you should have keyboard. You're on the left. Excellent. Piper, you're on the right. All right, let's see. Piper's ping is a tad high. I hope it's not too high for him. A little higher than I'd expect. I mean, he is from the UK, but still, I wouldn't expect 237 ping. Let's hope it's fine for him.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, because me to Russia is like 180 to 200, so.
Yep. I think the UK is maybe 160.
Yeah. Well, he's still going forward, so I think he's good to go.
Yeah.
That's what Piper does.
I'm not sure if Oak has found an answer to this playstyle. I sure haven't with the character I play now.
Yeah. A lot of people talk about Alex's guard, but I actually think his biggest strength is his offensive ability. That ability to sneak around your guard and apply tons of pressure.
His guard definitely helps him.
Yeah.
In time with that, like you can push forward and not worry about getting cut. You might get stabbed, but his guard to cuts are like, very insane.
Yeah. And as I suspected, something might be going on with Piper because Piper's not moving forward. He's long guarding. Okay.
Which is good though.
All right. I love how Oak sensed it though. It's like he stopped moving forward and he was like, okay, something's wrong. Yeah, good sportsmanship.
This playstyle basically destroys Oak's entire playstyle. He's back and forth, in and out. He can't do that. He just has to walk backwards.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, 3 flags. Yeah, exactly. Oak plays what I would say is a more conventional, precise playstyle. It's nothing like this. He's more about punishing mistakes and just moving in and out. And it's not that he can't punish mistakes against Piper, it's just that Piper doesn't stop. You have to be willing to retreat more, as you're saying.
Yeah, I don't play exactly Oak style, but I try to play like a single tempo in and out type of gameplay, and it don't work against Piper at all.
Yeah. Yeah, and I play pretty balanced myself, but I do like to apply pressure at all times possible. But against Piper, if he's confident enough, like, that pressure might not mean much. It has to be backed with some kind of killing shot immediately.
Yeah. Man, if I had old Jan, this would be a whole different story. You could easily just throw something cancel right into and just kill him, because he would attack.
Yeah. Back Y. Oh, yeah, there's gonna be... Oak might be looking for some revenge, too, from USFC. That was hilarious, too, how Vinu and I were just laughing our heads off at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Oak blocked it. Back Y.
Oak's still alive. He's being a bit more aggressive here, and it's working out.
Yeah.
Still match point for Piper, though. Oh, match point all.
He might choke this. Still a good performance for both of them at this point. Oh.
He got stun locked him. He just got around his guard.
Yeah. Well, GG guys, that was a
Valiant
good
attempt.
fight.
A valiant attempt. Oak found what worked a little too late into the game. I know that feeling.
I'd say the fact he found it at all, given the situation he was in, was pretty impressive all the same.
I do agree. Oh, you want your fight again?
How is Parsec
Seems.
working with Subutai and no one else? Prison Mike says, yeah, I have no idea, man. Okay,
Yeah, at least it
Maestro's
works.
here. Yeah, exactly. And we're actually already in round 2. I'll give Julian another ping just to see if he's here, but we'll keep moving on. But we'll move on to with our fight. Oh, sorry, Maestro. Come back. I was clicking something on OBS and I kicked you out.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, Maestro. We don't want you here.
There you go. Okay. So this time, Oak, you'll be on the right. Also, thank you, Victor, for the support. Glad to see you in the chat as well.
I see Victor a lot. Does he actually play? Or did he just watch the streams?
He mostly watches the streams, but we actually played a game on his stream, I think 2 weeks ago now, so he's interested in it and looking to get involved.
Hell yeah. I know he loves long swords.
Yep. Yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance player primarily, so that's definitely his jam. Yawn, nice from Maestro.
Oh.
Best pick he could have made.
Man. 100%.
Yeah.
It's always been this way since the dawn of time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's still debates like who's better, Yawn or Bara, just in general. But in this matchup, I think objectively speaking, Yawn is better.
Yeah, I still think honestly Jan's better at all the Saber matchups.
Yeah.
But I think Bara's better at all the rest.
Yeah, I could see that. He's definitely good against certain specific characters.
He does Saber so well. But Bara does him like 50-50, you know?
Yeah.
But the mixed weapons where Bara really plays well. Rapiers, Calc, long swords.
Yeah.
Indrik. I don't know about shields. I don't know who I would say is better at shields. I haven't really played
Yeah.
the shields.
Yeah, I mean, on paper I'd favor Bara because of the side steps, but then you could say Yawn has corkscrew and stuff as well, so... Yeah.
Probably they're similar then.
Yeah.
But, you know, even with Yawn being much better against Laszlo, that doesn't stop Oak from getting flags. He knows this matchup well.
Yeah, and he's employing his playstyle perfectly, I would say so far. Maestro's allowing it, because Maestro's more of a... It's not that he's afraid to attack, that's far from the case, but he's more about playing counter. That's kind of his style.
Yep.
Good stab.
Now he's spamming the steps now. That's definitely what you want to do.
Oh, Victor's buying the game soon. Yeah, I think he was talking about streaming it and stuff, so that'll be great. And yeah, like Victor's saying he'd get his ass handed to him, but that's how everybody starts. You'll get better as you go.
Oh, yeah.
I saw improvement even in our collab we did when we were just doing some matches, so.
Yeah, it took me a long time, like a few month or two, to get decent enough to like actually get start winning some duels and things. Like consistently.
Laszlo might have the best chop in the game. Yeah, if you're talking about the snap cut, it's pretty good, but there's also the one from Long Guard that covers a lot of distance and can really throw people off of its timing. I don't know though, Bara has a good one, Gideon has a good one. There's some good chops in this game across the sabers, certainly.
I think Giddy Bray has the best. Giddy's is really good.
Alright, one more needed for Oak to get a convincing win. There it is.
Man, he hit that belly plunge like 3 times or more.
Kicks the hand aside after winning. That's funny. So Oak did not manage to win the first match, but it was still a really good performance. 6 points is still, I mean, almost as good as it gets. And then he won this one convincingly. So that might have harmed Maestro's winning chances. So that's good for him.
Well, if you're gonna lose, it's good to lose at 6 points.
Yeah. Yeah, as if Piper then goes and loses something by a large margin, then Oak's ahead. So. Okay, Piper against Plebian now.
What can the Zera do against a fully aggressive playstyle?
Back Y. I don't know what else.
Yeah. I don't think Backway would hit though, unless he's attacking.
Yeah, maybe some stabs, or I think Zera has some decent undercuts if Piper overextends, but that's a big if. And after this, I don't see Julian around, so I think we'll be fighting after this.
Okay.
Beautiful Plebian is here. We just need Piper.
I think Piper might be the only like aggressive player, to be honest.
Who's like full on aggressive? I guess Vinu could be too when he plays Yendrick, but I agree for the most part. Like when Vinu's playing a more conventional character, I think he does a lot of side steps. He doesn't just go forward the whole time, so I think I agree.
Because I was for a time, but then I kind of gave that up. Wiggly was, but doesn't really play. Well,
Yeah.
Koala maybe? Koala sometimes is very aggressive.
Yeah. And then out of nowhere he'll play defensive out of no, like just moving back
Yeah.
and back Ying or something.
He picks one. He says like a fucking watch that he turns. He's either full on aggressive or fucking full on defensive.
Yeah. And even someone like Pekola who loves rushing, he mixes it up with a lot of feints beforehand, so it's not like he's
Yeah.
just marching forward the whole time.
Yeah, it's interesting that he really doesn't have any defense and he somehow just kills people.
Yeah.
Something that you try so hard to hit Alex and you just can't hit it. You have to stab, and stabbing someone when they're sprinting at you is very hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Going for a grab straight up. That's actually a good way to stop Piper, I find. Sometimes just going in for the grab.
Yeah. He doesn't really walk backwards.
Oh, he's trying to push though. That's what makes going in for a grab kind of scary. The fact that he can push you out of nowhere.
Well, the grab does beat the push in animation.
Yeah. That is true as well.
Survived it.
That's how the AI often grabs people.
Plebian has some. I think I do remember him saying he knows how to beat Alex in the matchmaking that we did. So it seems he practiced that.
Oh. He got punished for, I think that was a back Y. Alex, that's a really big swing. Down forward Y.
Well, that went through, but it didn't do anything.
Yeah. The trades don't necessarily favor Zera here, actually. Alex hits pretty hard, too.
Yeah. Threw him to the ground.
Back Y.
Blocked and then back Y.
Nice. Yeah. Zera's work how is slow, but it's still satisfying to see it in action when it works. Nice.
Well, it seems he knows the answer. The
7 to
tyrant
3.
gets chopped down. Yeah, 7-3.
Beautiful. Okay. Okay. I don't. Let's see if Julian's here. There's something in my way. I'm now there. If it's still possible. Yeah, you can play your matches now. That's not a problem. Let me just see who you're fighting. You're fighting Luck first, so that makes things easy. Just stay in for your next fight. Yeah, I don't mind if you're a little bit late. In fact, with round robin, it's very flexible. We can literally wait till the last round and then make you fight all the fights if needed, so.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll be fighting Mike after this, so make sure you stay in, Julian, and you'll be on the right side to start. Luck will be on the left.
Then I asked him, is this point spaced?
Yes, it is points based, not wins based.
What side am I on?
Oh, you're on the left. Julian on the right. Excellent. Isabella. And Julian's been kind of switching between characters lately, but he seems to like Samuel. And I think he's played Yon a little bit, but he's decided to play Yazuk. Definitely a Saber player. Keeps going. That was good from Julian. Julian's known for a more calm and collected defensive style. Actually, come to think of it, I think I've seen him play Yazuk quite a bit too. But he's definitely known for a very grounded style. Mostly defensive, but he's mixing in some attacks now, which work to his benefit. Trying to take advantage of Yazuk's guard, which is probably how you should play him. That was a nice breakthrough there, actually, from Luck, but couldn't follow it up. Yazuk's recovery back to defense is pretty fast. One of the fastest in the game. Luck trying to find an angle, which is pretty smart, but sometimes that's easier said than done against Yazuk. Going for high guard. Snap cuts there, trying to catch him out, and there we go, the high guard. Switching it up there last moment. And taking the hand right off. Stab attempt there. Yeah, both are just trying to snipe each other now. They're kind of fighting from range. Well, I say that, now Julian just suddenly switches it up and goes forward. And I think his style right now is even better than last time we saw him. Because before, I think he was struggling with trying to take initiative in a fight. But now he's finding those moments after taking advantage of the guard and just using Yazuk's speed to his advantage, going for 4 attacks at once in some cases, when the time is just right. Again, calm and collected. Goes for that back attack there, but almost got punished for it, it looked like. Good exchange. Nobody's hit yet, though. Luck struggling to find a way past that guard. Now he's back in the corner, which I don't think is a place he likes to be. And there's a push.
Oh yeah.
Luck's gonna have to change something. Yazek proving to be a brick wall for Isabella right now. But Julian's playing well, and there's a snap cut from Luck. That might be one way to catch Yazek. Sort of beat him to the punch a little bit. Cuts from both of them out of measure. High guard from Luck, almost nailing the leg. Although Yazek might have still blocked that even if there was a measure. Unfortunately, it looks like too many whiffs from Luck. Welcome runs with bears. Good parry of the stab there, and that's what Julian does. He just stands still sometimes. And with Yazek especially, it actually helps him block a lot of stuff. And so he tries to sort of weather the storm, and that's his chance to attack. That seems to be how he likes to approach it. It's like he's letting the waves crash against him before he finds that opening. And sometimes that works, especially if a character like Yazek, but sometimes that surrenders momentum. In this case, though, good attack there.
GG's. That was not fun.
7-4. And like I said, Julian, you're fighting Mike now, so don't go away.
It's actually crazy how good Yazek's guard is.
Mm-hmm. Always nice to see Yazek pick. Yeah, a lot of people haven't been playing him lately. And I feel like of those people who play him, nobody, for the most part, takes advantage of that guard properly. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if he stands still, there's literally no way to hit him with Izzy. I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna have to pick bar on that. Then I could probably easily win. Bar has a lot more options to hit someone that stands still.
Oh, there you go. My parsec was being a little weird for just a moment there, but it looks like it's fixed. I don't know if there was anything on your end, but it wasn't letting me select my link or anything. Mike hasn't responded just yet. Give him a little bit longer, and again, we'll just come back to the fight as needed. Luck is here, so we'll just do our fight right away if needed. Beautiful Mike here. Okay, Julian on the left, Mike on the right. And this is going pretty smoothly so far. We're almost done round 2.
Seems Mike isn't in yet.
Oh, okay, you can select, you can try joining again. Says your connection wasn't approved in time. Yeah, I thought I approved it, but sometimes Parset's a little funny with that. You should be in now. Could pressure him into being less defensive, threaten, push, bait, attack, then riposte. Bait and attack. Yeah, that's one way to open
I
someone
mean,
up.
that works if people take bait, but I did faint and he just stood there and stared at me. I did try to push, but then I got just hit as I did it.
Okay, so Julian on the left, Mike on the right. Yeah, Mike wanted to go Marina. I don't think he meant to pick Barabash right away there. Screen zoomed in. Oh, that's interesting. One moment, guys.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it just happened. I was resetting the window, and I think I didn't probably properly configure it or something. Yeah, I saw. I don't worry. I'm just fixing it. That should be fixed. So usually I have the window over the screen now. That's why it zoomed in when I just edited the setting.
Moje.
Okay, let me know if another problem like that happens. We should be good to go though.
Moje.
Okay, Julian with 2 flags so far. And I actually think Yazic's guard is better than Marina's.
Zabrać mi to stąd!
I think he guards more of his openings.
He's the best guard.
Yeah,
Him and Sam.
it's like he has a
Venus is
shield
good, but
at all times in front of him.
Venus is really good, but it only blocks the like half.
Yeah, it's much more limited. Push.
Ezek's just straight up blocks everything. He's always been like that.
Besides that, it's a double. Punch going on the attack there, but Yazic's defense remains solid. Good push though. We can see pushes from both of them actually, because Yazic's also a hard nut to crack.
Yeah, Julian's actually walking forward this time around. Bad push attempt.
Yeah, they're both fighting very linearly too. I'm not seeing a ton of side steps. Hence the pushes.
Say that, now they're jumping around sideways.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny how that happens.
I'm not really mad. Oak is just it's a little annoying to play against. What you think? Maybe your grab.
Yeah, it's 4-4 now. Alright, Mike is starting to make a rebound. As I
Nice
say
job.
that. Yeah.
He did like 2 or 3 side steps.
Ooh,
Push.
yeah.
Perfect push.
Zabrać mi to stąd!
Yeah, neither of them wants to make a huge mistake right now. So they're not going for those angles or going for anything complicated. Well, actually, he went for an angle just now. But I think that's desperation. Nice. X cut. Anybody's game now. It's cool to see newer players duking it out and being evenly matched like this. See how they approach the game. Didn't go for the stab there. That was probably a good opportunity.
A lead on the foot.
Yeah. Julian got a nice hit, but no kill. Some dashing side to side there. Getting a little tired from the dashes though. Gotta be careful, especially after taking some damage. Push. Oh, and he got hit. I wonder if he actually stood still, if that cut wouldn't have killed. It might have hit the body instead, but hindsight's 20/20. Dashing back's usually the option, the thing to do when you get pushed, so I don't blame him. Okay, Mike takes it 7-6. And now we are fighting. I'll be on the left, and you'll be on the right, look.
Right.
And this will conclude round 2. One sec, I just got pinged about something. Oh, no problem. Oh, that's from some other Discord. Okay. And no problem, Plebian. I'm glad you let me know all the same. Because I didn't notice right away. I figured it was configured properly, but it wasn't, so when I made the switch. Oh.
Wow.
Wow. If I was just a little bit more patient.
Just play the lottery. Bit of lag.
Oh, no worries. Just let me know when you're good.
Okay, it's good. Good. Oh, I double hit, but it didn't kill. Nice chop.
GG.
GG's. I meant to snap cut after that, but I accidentally did the other move, but I think I was dead either way.
Yeah. Yeah, that chop's a good counter to a lot of those stabs. Still, that was down to the wire, and you even got a hit in there, so if I made a mistake, it certainly would have been me dead there, so GG.
GG's.
Nice, Oak is already joining us. He'll be fighting Julian. Be cool to see how he handles Julian's style. Okay, Julian is here. And Oak, you'll be on the left. Julian, you'll be on the right. Didn't even know this game was PvP. We do it for Parsec. So it's not natively PvP because of technological limitations, but it works pretty well through Parsec if your connection is solid. So that's how we do it. Yeah, you can join the Discord. Just look up like Hellish Quart PvP Discord or something like that, and you'll find us in Discord. Should be a link in the description. If that one doesn't work, there's also a link on my channel page you can use. But you can find us pretty easily. Worst case scenario, I'm pretty sure the link's on the Reddit as well, so there's many places you can find us. Yeah, Steam is also a way you can do it, but a lot of people prefer Parsec at the moment. And Julian actually takes that first flag, but that doesn't mean much against somebody like Oak. You gotta make your win convincing. I think Oak is trying to bait him into a mistake, but it's not quite working.
Yeah, his playstyle is gonna be pretty obsolete here. Nothing to really bait into, but I'm not sure how many attacks Laszlo has that goes around the guard.
Yeah.
Not many.
Certainly not against Yazuk, but he does have damage on his side, and there is nice single tempo. Button layout's different on Steam and Parsec. Interesting. I guess he uses a program or something. Stab attempt. And Oak is making a good comeback here. He's switching up his tactics a little bit, and that lunging chop there is actually really good, it looks like, to punish Yazuk. Nice. Oak is a bit more aggressive now, but he's not overly reckless. He's trying to meet the blade with his own, and so if Julian tries anything, there's a killing blow on the way. Every single time. I guess Oak understands at some point Julian does have to attack, and does have to take initiative, so if he doesn't let him, then at some point he'll slip something in. Masterful by Oak. 7-2. Okay, I'll be fighting Mike now. Here you go. And then Plebian will be fighting Luck after this, which will be interesting. A longsword fight, I assume. And then Piper against Maestro Cake. And that'll finish round 3. Mike is here, excellent. This time you get the left side. For anyone unfamiliar, it's just a matter of who's on top in the matchup. That's the one who gets left. And it keeps randomizing each time, so everybody gets a chance to play on each side. Actually, I don't think it's technically random. I think it just it does its best to make sure you get a different side. So it seems pretty consistent, so I don't actually think it's random. Mike on the left, yeah.
This is gonna be a tough one for Marina. Push it. Subu pushes back. Try to grab. Well, the first one somehow didn't work, but the second one worked at least. Killed the leg cut and got a leg void in, which is surprising. Sidestep just raises, I guess. Trick shot kills. Trick shot kills again. Backwise Steve Subu there. Guard shot blocked. Push it in from Marina. Tried to dodge out of it, but got killed anyway. Trick shot blocked, and then a counter. Making him sidestep. Marina being very passive, just walking back. Now coming in for the attack. Sidestep gets her kill. Push. Kill. Grab it. Leg cut lands, but bar gets cut as well. Be tough to just kill here. Yep. And I think it's a forward Y gets the kill. Grab. Nice grab. Last point for Subu. Another grab attempt. Grab again. Very nice.
Alright,
Show
GG.
from Subu. Some side steps and some grabs. Did pretty well there.
Yeah, I'm glad that went well because, I mean, I don't think Marina is overpowered or anything. I think she's pretty beatable, but all the same, if you aren't locked in and you're very careless, she can still walk all over you, so you gotta be locked in. There's no question. As far as the points, Plebian says he's not a fan of points because one really terrible performance can ruin your chances of winning, which I think is fair. It's definitely not perfect, but I would also say if we did it based on wins, if you lost a fight, that would still be pretty devastating to your chances. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's
I don't think there's very rare cases where the points and wins difference is gonna change the winner of the tournament.
yeah, but it's totally fair to prefer one or the other. I used to do wins myself. And I'm not against it necessarily, but I like points just because it allows a good performance to matter. If you get like 6 points and you lose, it still means something. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it gives you more chances, but it depends, right? If you just get a really bad performance, I mean, yeah, it definitely does suck.
Because even if you win 7-0, or you get 7-0 the first round, and then you win every next one, and you get 7 flags. But say Oak won all of them,
Hmm.
besides that one where he got the 6 flags, he's still going to beat you if it's wins or point.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter.
Oak brings up a good point as well that the challenge points are not always like fully updated, especially if we're midway through a round. So the actual standings might not reflect what they will be by the end of the round. But yeah, getting 0 points, definitely not a good performance. But I feel like it's just something unavoidable with round robins. There comes a point where if your performance just wasn't good, your chances of winning disappear. Swiss is like that too. In some ways more so because there's less rounds, but Swiss is good too. That's not to hate on Swiss by any means. I actually like the concept of it, especially if you plan it ahead of time and nobody's like leaving the tournament midway through or not showing up or anything like that. It's a good way of sort of getting the feel of a round robin while allowing for a lot more people to join. But there's a stab from Plebian. I'll focus back in the fight. Good exchange of cuts there. Luck beating the blade slightly, but not able to capitalize on it. Plebian is just really locked in right now. Some back Ys. They're sort of testing each other's guard right now. Plebian with a stab there. I think it was done preemptively, and somehow that's a double after 3 hits on Luck's part. Probably not too happy with that, but that was really nice from Luck. That preemptive cut allowed him to parry that thrust. So that was really cool to see. I don't think Plebian expected that, but he managed to bring it back. Both getting really close. I'm kind of surprised nobody's gone for a push or a grab. They were so close. But Luck, a nice combination, secures the flag regardless. It's also easy from the commentator's perspective or the viewer's perspective to wonder why someone's not pushing or not grabbing in the moment, but when you're actually there fighting, it can seem risky to just grab and find the courage to do so, because if it goes wrong, it goes really wrong. So sometimes it seems like the best option to just go for a combo or to just find the kill shot instead of being fancy with it. Takes the hand right off. That was nice from Luck. Very precise with these cuts. And that's it. Luck takes it 7-4. Took control of the fight later in the round for sure.
GG's. Yeah, I didn't go for a push. It's way too risky to do that shit with Zero. He'll just randomly throw something out there and kind of just kill you, so I was just waiting.
Fair enough.
And hit some combos.
Okay,
He
Piper.
plays a little better in the pocket than Zero, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we saw that play out. Isabella definitely has tighter cuts.
Yeah, a lot of our X cuts parry as well.
Yeah, we saw that with the thrust. I was surprised you didn't get the kill there. That was a really good attempt.
Oh yeah, I was kind of like fuck, because I hit him the once snap cut, and then I hit him again, and he just stabbed me in the face.
Yeah. Okay, Piper's here. I think Maestro's around too. Yeah. And Piper, you'll be on the left, and Maestro will be on the right. Maestro plays counter, whereas Piper doesn't stop moving forward, so we'll see if Maestro's style proves to be a counter. or not.
Maybe. Depends who he plays.
Yeah, I'm not gonna influence the character pick for Maestro, but it might very well play a big
Yeah,
role. Piper on the left,
I know who
Maestro
you're
on the
talking
right.
about.
Goes with
That's
Zera.
not the pick, that's for sure. But it did work for Plebian.
It
So,
did,
I
yeah.
mean, maybe it is the pick.
Yeah,
But I would have said Jan,
yeah.
personally.
Yeah, Jan's the pick against a lot of people, I would say. But yeah, against Alex, I'd definitely be thinking about Jan, not Zera, but it looks like there's some
Someone that,
moves.
someone that needs to be stabbed, Jan is the perfect person for.
Another push.
Well, Maestro's just getting in there. He's being more aggressive than Piper.
Yeah, maybe that's what he needs. He's got a big sword. He's got to just, claim some space and low guard against the jump. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why he held it twice.
Yeah, the first time it made sense. The second time, I don't know if he meant to. Maybe he wanted long guard.
I'm sure Maestro's happy with that double there.
Yeah,
He's in a bad spot.
nice. Single tempo there. Just runs the edge through him.
Yeah, I think if Zera's taking trades here, he'll do a little better than Alex.
Yeah. Just has to avoid taking a hit to a sensitive spot, because Alex does hit pretty hard too. But Zera definitely has the HP, so
Yeah.
I would agree that Zera tends to win those. Or at least double.
But he's starting to lose the plot a little bit.
Sidestep attempt gets punched. That's what Piper does. You think you found something, but then Piper just walks all over you.
Nice upcut.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely not looking forward to my fight against Piper. Piper's a menace when he's on his game.
I'm curious, are you ever gonna go back to Alex, or have you just forsaken him?
I've kind of forsaken him at this point. I find Bara more fun than the jump to end it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and it's not about Alex being weaker or nerfed or anything like that, because he wasn't nerfed at all, to my knowledge. It's just Bara has more explosive footwork, and I like his pressure options a lot better.
Yeah, I do think they are pretty similar in strength, so
Hmm.
if you like the one more, that's the better way to play. It's better to have fun than just play who you played for the past, what, 3 years, 4 years, however long you played, Alex?
Yeah, it must have been at least 3. Okay, Mike against Luck, and you'll be on the left, Luck.
Okay. Hmm.
Luck definitely going to be watching out for that Marina, I should say, not Marie. Marie won't be a big deal, but Marina, if you don't play
I'd
a
love to see
certain way.
Marie. Yeah, I would love to see Marie. That would be great. Little punching bag would be real fun right now.
Yeah, he doesn't go
I
rapier.
don't. I don't think Izzy's the play against the shield. I can't lie, it's so hard. Unless I just get 7 pushes. So see how this.
Yeah, Isabella, it's not that she can't go on the offensive, but I think she tends to favor counter play style a bit more. Kind of like how Venator plays. You can definitely make an active Isabella work, but she's not what she used to be, like when Gordon was in his prime. Good sidestep. Yeah, Barbash has the damage, he's got the angles, and some really good speed, so I tend to favor him here. very good harassing move. And it can catch Marina between the weapons sometimes, but if she squares out, she will block it. Sidestep into snap cut combo into belly lunge, which does land, but keeps dashing back. And I think that's the mistake I was making in this fight. I sometimes tried to dash back out of the push, but I just didn't go for the second one. Maybe that would have saved me in some of those situations. They've both taken a hit at this point. Luck on the offensive. Backs away out of the push range there. Sidestep. Good exchange between these two. Luck's definitely not having an easy time, though. And Mike is doing a good job of pushing out of the sidestep. That seems to be a good move. Marina can't grab. Grabbing sometimes works against that, too. So pushing is like the next best thing, aside from finding a way to end the fight right there. Push attempt there doesn't work because of the attack and active phase, but the chop was too close or something. Didn't quite land, but the sidestep for Luck. Finally landing. That was pretty hectic flag, actually. So, props to Luck there for maintaining composure. Or at least it seemed like he did. Kick there, doesn't quite follow it up though, goes for a second attack. The crisscross there, the BA is underused with Marina, but Mike uses it very well here. And people are saying you can do the sidestep when Bar is tired. I don't know if it was fixed or not though. I feel like I've tried it once and it didn't work.
Zabrać mi to stąd.
It works. I just
It works?
multiple
Okay.
times.
Yeah. So that's definitely a weapon that Luck will want to keep in his arsenal. Good sidestep. Taking the hand there. Yeah, I think Barra was the pick here for sure. But Mike will need to change something. Sidestep. And Luck did a snap cut, I think, afterwards. That's one of the combos he likes throwing now. Very good for fighting Marina, actually, I imagine, because it targets the shield side. Or not the shield side, the sword side. Yeah, if it targeted the shield side, it wouldn't be so good. But actually, that belly lunge, speaking of targeting the shield side, it does target that side. And yeah, Luck just proves right there that the sidestep still works. And he's going for it, but the push, yeah. Anyway, Luck was able to get the belly lunge past the shield and hit her side there. Not for much damage, but that was interesting. It's not
I just
a
wanted to
move.
get tired so I could throw it.
Yeah, fair enough. But it's interesting the belly lunge got past the shield. It's not something I would try. I think it's a distance thing. A lot of attacks by Luck. Maybe getting a little overzealous here.
This character's so stupid.
Chop. They both hit each other, but it looks like Luck actually got the worst of that. Sidestep into push. Good parry, actually, with the backdash. That's something both Yon and Barbash can do. And there's the chop, hitting the rim of the shield and the head. 7-3.
Jeez. I feel bad because I'm abusing the fuck out of that, but it's so funny to do.
Yeah. Yeah, good play from Mike to go for the push there. That's a good way to stop it.
If you're curious though, while I was dashing back and forth when I was doing that, I was tired the entire time, and you can just do the sidestep and the belly lunge every time.
Mm-hmm.
I had no stamina.
Yeah. So Maestro needs to bail, he said, very soon. So he wants to do all of his fights right now. So we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, he says he
Yeah,
has
he needs to
45
do-
minutes.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. You could do 4 fights in that time.
Okay. There's the link, Maestro. You'll be fighting Plebian right away. And afterwards, you'll fight Julian. And then you'll fight me. And then you'll fight Luck for your last fight.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they really need to fix them no stamina moves. I don't know how many characters have them anymore. I know Jan and Bara do. I think Arna might have one.
Yeah.
They need to fix that.
Yeah. It's funny too because Bar can even cancel his normal tired swings and do some crazy stuff that way. So they're both better when they're tired than anyone else in that sense.
Yeah. I was basically just playing normal with 0 stamina. I was just doing feints and dashing and all the sorts with no stamina at all. And he
Yeah.
couldn't hit me, he couldn't do anything. I'm very surprised the belly lunge went around the shield. That was
Yeah, it surprised me too. It's not a move I would try. I do like the leg cut, but the belly lunge
yeah.
seems to tend to hit the shield, at least I would think.
Oh, both evil Zera. Who's more evil?
Yeah, Oak brings up a good point that if it's obvious you're gonna lose, it is at least a good opportunity to try things out in the round robin format without fear of just being eliminated outright. You can practice and whatnot. Nice work, Hal, from Maestro.
I do agree. I am at that point, so I was just fucking around with Bara, to be honest.
Fair enough. Stab attempt.
Evil Zera. This is fake Evil Zera. Wow, that goes through?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zera's stab is something else, but it can be sidestep, so that's kind of the trade-off. Yeah. Nice from Maestro.
Push. Maestro's showing Plebian who the real Evil Zera is.
Yeah,
I think he went for a grab or a push.
yeah. He's got the experience, that's for sure. Exchange, that stab from Plebian, though.
Windmill.
Oh. Stab into a
Doesn't
cut.
lose a lot. Wow. Didn't hit the follow-up, just hit the same move twice and it worked. Wait, live. Guy hit the face.
Nice stab.
Plebian's being a little bit more careful and just hitting the counter right when he in between the swings.
Yeah, there he might have been just a little bit impatient on the punish. And it resulted in unfavorable trade.
Yeah.
7-3, Maestro. And obviously the score after Maestro does his fights will not be reflective of the result. Because Maestro has a bunch of extra fights, just so people are aware. So if you're looking at the list and you're wondering where you're placed, you'll know by the end of the tournament. Okay, Maestro against Julian now. Oh yeah, he asked for the Zaramir, that's why they went for it, I see. Okay, Maestro, you're on the left again, actually. And Julian on the right. And then we're gonna fight right after, so that makes things easy. Good B cut there from Maestro.
Julian's gonna have a tough time with Maestro. Maestro likes to throw a lot of double attacks and just random attacks. Julian likes to go in. He's just gonna get hit probably.
Blocks the stab though. Good exchange actually between these two. Nice. Julian's very familiar with this matchup. Yeah, Maestro's a really good Zera though. Good sidestep. I think that's the problem with that combo.
Maestro plays a much different Zera than Plebian, though.
Yeah. Oh! No hit? That's Yazik for you. Oh my gosh. And I think what it is Yazik comes back to guard so fast that his defense is not always reflective of what we're actually seeing on the screen. That's an issue that other characters can have too, given the nature of the game. But I think with Yazik it's especially apparent that sometimes his guard is up, even if his blade is not visibly up.
His guard is so good, man. It makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Yeah.
I can't even think of a place to hit him where it will hit him.
Yeah. The saving grace is that he doesn't trade very well, and so I don't think he's actually overpowered or anything. It's just his guard is frustrating sometimes.
He lost a lot of his mojo. I do not think he's overpowered at all.
Yeah, he used to be.
His guard
but
is crazy.
Yeah. He's a lot like Samuel in that way. Like Samuel, I think Samuel is a bit better though, but he's not overpowered despite his guard.
Yeah. I tend to think Sam is a little bit worse of a guard though, you know, you can kinda hit him.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, not well, but you know, you can get a little stab in. Get him maybe. You can't do that to yes.
Okay, Maestro, you're fighting me now, and you'll take the right this time. Cooked him. Yeah, Maestro's experience proved decisive there.
Yeah, all that time he spent losing all his dojos and all his casual games, you know, he's learned a lot.
Well, I can personally attest to that.
This is not where I would want to pick a Zero. I mean, I've played Zero a bit, but I know that Bara absolutely fucks up Zero. He has all the mojo you need to take on a Zero. That dashing snap cut tending to be useful in this matchup, or really any, but you know, we can get around his slowness. And there's the sidestep. That's the main way to beat a Zera, is to get around him and oh, wow, just grabbed him right off the dash. Very nice. Unfavorable trade, unfortunately. Grab again. Super getting very good with grabs. Seems he's throwing away the push and grab the grab. On guard drop. Oh, he stopped the thrust. Grabbed him again off the swing.
I'm being so cruel right now.
Yeah. It's impressive that you're pulling some of these off.
Yeah, I don't think I'll pull it off again though.
Grabbing with good timing is very hard. When
I should
trying
not
to grab within an attack. Yeah, no. Grabbing within an attack will not work, unfortunately. Trick shot gets him low. It'll be match point for Subu. Zera's already hit. Subu finishes it with not a grab. Good job.
Alright, GG.
That thrust grab was actually so impressive, even though you didn't kill him off of it. But that was like insane timing.
Yeah, I've been really trying to practice it, especially after seeing what Tao can do with the grab. He's probably the best at grabbing, I would say. He always tells people to grab when he's commentating, and when you fight him and make mistakes, he's pretty good at catching you with those, so that's what inspired me to practice it.
It only works on people that really like have an aggressive side, or you know, if they throw an attack, I think you can just grab anyway. But,
Yeah.
like someone against Oak, or maybe me, or maybe you even, that go like back and forth, you know, every time you're just gonna not get grabbed because they'll cancel it.
So Maestro, it's because I grabbed you out of wind-up phase. That's always been a thing. So if you're doing an
Yeah.
attack mindlessly, the grab is a very good counter to that.
Yeah. No matter if you go backwards, if you're in an attack, you'll get killed.
Yeah, especially a lunge. Like you were doing that Y thrust, I think, that one time. You're not going to be able to back out of that because you've committed to an attack that has a long wind-up and you're just lunging forward, so you can't move back. So yeah, it's a matter of being too close and not timing it well, so I just grabbed you out of it. Okay, so Maestro against Luck now, exactly. Maestro will be on the left, Luck will be on the right. David versus Goliath, yeah. Canonically
I need to
accurate,
implement
yeah.
the grab.
I think that's a good way to think of the matchup, yeah. And it makes sense
Buddy,
too.
I'm gonna let you make your pick. Cause I'm
Okay.
counter picking you here. You're either going Zero or you're going Yan. Okay.
Oh, okay. So using the names anyway. Well, at least Luck is. Maestro doesn't play Isabella quite as much, but can still do so.
He thinks he's the horseman. He's not the horseman.
I know Maestro was surprised by the grabs, but it does make sense, at least in wind-up phase, I would say. Because that's the function of a grab in real life, is to grab someone out of a move.
Oh my god, I hate that move.
Against grabs and pushes, you need to throw short wind-up moves or retreat attacks at good range. Yeah, like, if Maestro is ready with a back Y, the grab's never gonna land. It's just not possible. But if you're doing a big lunge up close, that's where the grab is at its strongest. And that's actually how people like Siant, like she's a very good grappler of Marie. That's how she keeps catching people, because people think they can just walk Marie down with long guard, and to be fair, I would say like 90% of the case that is true, but that 10% is where Siant will just randomly grab you because you're doing some stab to counter Marie or something like that, and so you're overcommitted, and that's why she can then just grab you out of nowhere, seemingly nowhere. Yeah, Maestro's getting it now. Tight cuts and Luck. He's gonna be hoping to score some points here at least, but Maestro just with these combos. Maestro coming for that title. As Chernobyl says, the horseman. His Isabella, when it's played at the highest level, is actually really good.
There's no title on the line.
I wonder if Isabella would be better for his playstyle than Zera.
I don't think so.
Double. There was like a back Y. Or a linger. Whichever. I think it was a back Y though. That Luck did. Either way. A good save, even if it looked weird, it's still legit. That's what you gotta do. Especially when you're down flags. Whatever it takes. Push. Oh, and the snap cut. Yeah, that's the dangerous part.
GG's.
Maestro wasted his prime on Zera. I mean, honestly, Venator might have a point there. Good win from Maestro. Okay, so Maestro has completed his debut in this tournament. So he'll know where he's placed relative to everyone once we're done the rounds. Okay, Julian against Piper now. We're back to the normal schedule.
I'm not sure why a lot of the Zera players don't play Izzy. Because I think objectively Izzy is a better character. And I guess they might like their playstyle more, but Izzy's a better character for sure.
Biggest character treason in history. Yeah.
Real.
At
Tao
least
too.
with-
Tao does the same thing.
At least with Alex, there's like a gradual thing for me where I switched to borrow more and more, and I made it pretty clear. It wasn't like a random
Yeah.
betrayal. I feel like Maestro's was, by contrast, that he just went to Zara one day, and that was it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I remember.
Oak, I would rather have some wench than a godly man with a hood. Because this wench is a better sword fighter than him.
Okay,
Wobjack. I recognize that name somewhere. I'm not sure I ever played him though. Oh, he's one of the mods. That's why. I've seen his name a lot.
yes, he is one of the mods. He just hasn't been on for a while. Welcome, Mom Jack. Yeah, we've seen Hellish from time to time. He kind of like pops in, talks about the game a bit, plays a few games, and then leaves type thing, but haven't seen much from Womjack at all.
Yeah, I've played against Hells. I played on his host. He has like funky settings.
Yeah. Really should busy with Hema. I mean, fair enough. It's basically this game in real life, but without the bugs. So, yeah, that's totally fair. The anime training arc, yeah. Womjack's a good saber player. Last time I fought him, he was good. I'm sure he's still sharp if he's doing Hema. So, wait. Did Piper... Yeah, Piper must have taken the left side. That's okay. Just continue, guys. I don't think the sides matter that much. Because I'm like, there's no way in hell Julian is playing like this. I don't know if I mentioned the sides, so that might be my bad. I assume Laszlo's no longer top pick. He actually is. Oak plays Laszlo right now. Certainly in Oak's hands, he's a top pick. He's definitely not
I disagree.
bottom tier or anything like that. Because if you're Oak,
I
yeah.
disagree heavily.
Jump from Piper doesn't go very well. He's at his peak right now. Yeah, I mean, the days of Victorious versus Warden was a pretty high point for Laszlo as well, I would say. And when Womjack was playing. So Peak is strong, but he's definitely, like, very competitive, especially in Oak's hands right now. He has more moves. Yeah, I wouldn't say Laszlo's overpowered or anything. Push from Piper. Yeah, so this is interesting. It's like the immovable wall against the unstoppable spear. But Piper's winning. I guess the unstoppable spear wins. We have the answer to that question. Unbreakable shield versus unstoppable spear. Yeah, there you go. Piper just takes it. That was a dominant performance. Well done from Piper. I feel like there wasn't much to commentate there. It was just Piper walking all over him.
I had nothing to say, really.
Yeah. There'll be a lot to say about my fight against Oak, though. Just coming up next. This will be a very important one, I think.
Yeah.
And... No, actually, I'm on the left. Oak will be on the right.
Well, Womjack, if you would like to see how good Laszlo is, you will see here.
Yeah. Okay, and that will conclude round 4. And we'll be on to round 5 right after this. Hype, yeah. And this, Barbash versus Laszlo is also a hype matchup in general, so... I could use Yon, I could be a little bit of a troll and try and win that way, but it's not as fun. So, like, if I'm really competitive, I might use Yon, but it's just... engaging in a cut fight with Oak is peak Hellish Quart, so I'm not gonna mess around. I'm just gonna play my main and try and win that way.
Well, good luck. This should be a good match regardless of the fact. the retreating cut from Laszlo to get the kill. Oh, starting off strong. But Subu gets right back, gets the sidestep, and parries the attack that comes in and gets the kill. Some B cuts did not work out, but then takes the hand. Double. Yeah, this was crazy. I put him more towards the end of his career, but he kicked my ass. I think I finally beat him towards like one of his last matches, which was a good achievement for me, but he was very good. But we do have some new Gideon players, you know, well, not really new, but they took his place. Even Tao. Nice parry, and he gets the Y cut. Good shot, Fink. Good exchange. YXB, a very good combo. Gets the kill. And then just a forward Y gets the kill there. We take a bit of the lead. Double. Oh wow. Oh, gets very close and just gets in there. I think he might have tried to grab or something. Nice. Retreating wide. Chops the hand as Subu came in. Getting close. Oh, nice. Oh, a leg void and then gets the hand as he comes in. Belly lunge, but Subu just tapped him. Had his stamina down a little bit. Some chops coming up from Subu. And the new move from Oak gets in and hits the hand as Subu started up a move. Match point. Stay in a range from each other. Trying to find something to set up. Some chops, some retreat cuts from both.
Oh,
And Oak
GG.
does his whatever that is. Kills.
Yeah, that was great from Oak. Good comeback. And yeah, definitely this matchup is peak Hellish Court. Laszlo's more complete, yeah, for sure. And I'd say a lot of the characters in the current state of the game are very well balanced. So when we're debating like, oh, is this character better than the other? For the most part, the difference isn't that great. Really, skill is what matters the most. They can all compete. So the only
Except for
exception
Marie.
is like Marie. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, Marie used to be really strong, but she isn't anymore. You're up again, Oak, actually. And yeah, very good fight. I'm glad you like what you see, though, Womjack. And then I have to fight Piper. Piper's coming up.
I don't really know too much about Connor. I've played him a few times. A little, you know, clunky, whatever. He's okay. The Marina's pretty good though.
Yeah,
She has a really strong guard. Has some good fast moves.
yeah,
She's prone to being pushed though. I think that goes for both shield users.
yeah. They lose to
I
perfect
don't really
parry
know
or
much else.
throw loop. Yeah, they definitely do have some strengths, especially Marina, but they don't win a whole lot. Like as far as tournaments, they don't win much. So, and Connor's not really played anymore. It seems like Pekala was playing for a bit, and Jihadi was playing him for a bit, but now the main shield character picked is Marina by far.
Yeah.
They can be quite hard to defeat sometimes. Yeah, if you play them perfectly, they certainly can still be a force. But they are gimmicky, I would say. A lot of the classic characters are still the meta, which is nice. And even Hassan right now is pretty interesting. I don't see a lot of people using him. I mean, I don't use him because I'm not really confident in my ability to be competitive with him, but anyway, Oak versus Luck. This is another big fight here. The days of Izzy versus Izzy and the occasional Marie are gone for sure. Yeah, Barbash, speaking of characters in their prime, I think Barbash might well be in his prime right now. I mean, he was good in the old days, but I don't think he was quite this good. His Thunder Punch isn't what it used to be, but he's made up for that with explosive sidesteps, really good pressure potential, and just all around he's pretty solid and moves really quick. Good snap cuts and stuff. I would say sabers. If we were trying to think of one weapon that dominates the meta the most, it probably is saber. But Isabella can still compete. She just isn't S tier the way she used to be. Bar is so good, yeah, definitely. That's why I made the switch. Yan is even better, I would say, but that's still debated a little bit. But then again, they have some similarities too, so that's worth keeping in mind. Not as many as they used to have, though. They definitely have their own character to them now. Good snap cut from Luck, and this is shaping up to be another close fight, which is good to see. These two veterans going at it. Oh, the thrust or cutting the thrust, I should say. Doesn't quite land for Luck. It was a good attempt, but that back Y is so fast from Laszlo. High guard cut gets through though. How is Samuel? He has a good guard and he's got good speed. Oh, that's a little unfortunate for Luck.
I tried the risky move. I thought he would maybe come in. GG's.
Yeah, GG. As for Samuel, I think he's viable, for sure, but his HP pool isn't the best, and his damage is not particularly impressive. But his guard and recovery to guard is very good. I don't know if he's like top tier Saber, but he can definitely compete with the best, no problem, in good hands. Yeah, solid. Yeah, very good for new players to pick up. Mirror matches of Kexoy were awesome. Yeah, Kexoy was the Bara player back in the day. He's kind of my inspiration for how I play Saber now. Alright, Piper's here, and I'm going to be fighting Piper now, so hopefully I get a convincing win here. So I think...
I guess if I would have beat Oak there, you probably would have won.
Yeah, at this point, Oak's victory against me, even if it was relatively slight, I think that those 2 points there are going to prove pretty decisive, so I'm going to be hoping to take Piper out of the competition at least.
Yep.
Because that would help my points difference, which is also a tiebreak, because if we're tied in points, which we might be, I'm not sure, I haven't checked, but it would certainly be helpful for my long-term chances.
He's one ahead of you.
Okay, yeah. So I gotta hope he loses then at some point.
Yep.
Alright.
I just tried the risky move, you know, the dash in at the final hour. Doesn't work. Trying to pull a Piper. Well, the neutral X got the kill at least. I'm sure he was happy with the double.
And Alex is pretty good, by the way, Womjack, in this meta.
Jump. Subu almost got out of it, but it just got tapped at the end. And he's going back to the grab. Very good in this matchup for sure, since, you know, Piper does not walk backwards. Sidestep gets the arm. Impatience by Subu. Oh, parries the snap cut and gets the kill. Grab. Yep, Piper's gonna have to be a little more careful with how he pushes in. He knows the grab's in the arsenal now. One guard chop stops the jump. Push. Ooh, I'm sure Zuba's very happy with that one. The dash got a parry in so he get the kill. Trick shot just does not go through that time. The arm as he came in for a sidestep. Had to go in for the leg. Good block. Alex's guard, man, it's so good. Wow. Nice sidestep, match point for Subu.
Oh,
Oh, push.
oh my god.
Oh my god, he did it again. He's getting out of that death combo with the dash.
Yeah.
Did not work that time.
No.
Oh,
GG.
yeah, the guard saved him.
Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't land, but that was well done, Piper. You were, yeah, you just moved forward. What can I say?
It tends to work
GG.
out.
Hard to use any forward attack against Piper. Yeah, and I like using forward attacks, so yeah.
Yeah.
Forward Y is one of my favorite punishing moves, so
It doesn't really work against him because he gets his guard back up right after, and then
yep.
anything from the upper half is getting blocked by Alex.
Yeah, sometimes the X cut works, but even that can be precarious. Okay. The standings are still not accurate because everyone has like different numbers of fights. But it's, I would say, looking good for Oak so long as he wins.
Yeah.
It does say I'm ahead, but I only have one fight left, so if Oak wins it, wins his fight, he's good to go. So somebody needs to stop him, at least for my sake. Alright, Plebian on the left, Mike on the right. And then we're into round 6 right after, where Luck will be fighting Piper.
Great.
That's exciting. At least for the audience and for the commentator, maybe not for Luck. Yeah, Piper's on fire. You gotta watch out for him there. Okay, Plebian left, Mike on the right. Let's see if Mike is in. I might have... There we are. Yeah, for some reason it says he's in. Yeah, but he isn't. Parset's just weird that way sometimes. But he should be in now. I double checked, so Plebian left, Mike's right, and I'll just be AFK for a little bit.
Okay. Sarah versus Marina. Wow, he is just wow. What a move. He just dashed around and then shield bashed. Missed the push. Marina doesn't miss the push, but there regards it anyway. Okay. Missed the push. Alright, this is an MMA match, it seems. Swords are not so much in use, except to get the killing blow. Plebian gets a nice cut, basically just cut her in half, like full power down the center. A pause. Is it okay? Is everyone alright?
Some lag it looks like. Oh, you guys
So,
good?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can feel free to unpause when you pause like that, just to see if it's subsided. Like, just wait a second or so, then unpause. And then just long guard if you're good to go.
Nice push.
Yeah. Dashing in with the B cut, which I feel like we don't see a lot from Marina. Nice stab. Yeah, Marina is not known for being stabbable, but that stab happens to go to the head and towards the sword side.
Right.
Like that, yeah. You can see how it threatens that opening there. That might be one of the attacks
again.
Marina must long guard to stop. Wow.
It's the second time that's happened where he gets to push and goes for the punish, but Zara just recovers.
Yeah. Push. And Mike gets it.
There we go.
Yeah, Marina definitely does better up close in this matchup. Double.
Wow, that's a weird double. I don't know where Zara swung. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Push.
Well, he figured out the move to use after the push at least.
Yeah. There's a push right back.
A lot of pushes this game. Bit of lag maybe? Are you guys okay?
Long guard if you guys are good. Okay, well if he's pushing like that, I assume he's good. Yeah, yeah. That's how I look at it. If somebody's grabbing at you and pushing, and you have to assume they're good to go, because you can't ignore that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, he was just backing up a lot. I typically back up when I'm lagging, so I just figured maybe he's lagging.
Yeah. Push there. Yeah, and he takes it. Okay, Mike wins it 7-5.
Plebian, I think you should pull out your Bara next time you run into a shield user. Or does pretty good work against the shields.
Luck against Piper.
Great.
Piper's Sword of the Morning.
Yeah, Piper, no balls. You won't put that title on the line again. You won't put it on the line right now, right here. Actually, I don't know if he's listening.
Matchup usually goes well with his playstyle. It's confusing. I see. Interesting. Yeah, Zara has some moves that work better than they used to now, I think. At least if you attack the sword side.
Decisions. Do I go Izzy or do I go
Luck on the left. Yeah.
Where do I go, Bara? I think Bara might be the better play here.
Yeah.
Izzy struggles against the guard of Alex. I'm sure Bara does too, though.
Sidestep takes the hand right off. That's a good start for Luck. Not hating on it, just saying you don't know what to do about it. Yeah, that's fair. It's one of those things you'll probably learn over time. Because it is true, a lot of Marina players are a bit more active. Yeah, that back X actually might have been a move I should have used a bit more of there. Yeah, it looks like Luck's found some good moves, but backdashing there out of the way. Piper, maybe inspired by me going for grabs. Goes for a grab of his own. He started doing that ever since he's seen Tao doing it to stop him. He sometimes mixes a grab in with his pushes. And I think he was trying it against me too, actually. It's just it didn't quite land. Goes low. Yeah, the backdash, it's usually a good idea, but there's times when it opens you right up too. Sidestep there from Luck. Even fight so far. I think the Barabash pick was good. Isabella's kind of good grab from Luck there. I think Isabella's kind of 50-50 here at best. I guess Bara can be too, but at least you have explosive sidesteps and stuff you can use against Alex. Nice. Yeah, Piper, I think he's losing the plot a little bit. Belly lunge there and avoiding the incoming cut. Luck gets another one in there. Nicely done. That's a move that Luck really likes.
Sure, baby. The old dashing belly lunge has been a staple of my playstyle forever. And it pulls through when I need him.
Yeah. That was well done. Especially against someone like Piper, that's not an easy thing to do, to just go in with the belly lunge and expose your head. But you pulled it off.
Don't worry, Piper. I'll meet you soon enough and take that sword of the morning back. Just you wait.
Okay. Julian against Plebian now.
Well, apparently these fellas play against each other a lot, so this should be interesting.
Yeah. And then we'll end round 6 with Mike against Oakenlix, which will be a very important match, I'll say, because if Oak loses here, he could lose his winning chances. Certainly if he loses badly, I think he's still in it if he gets a loss, but still gets like 6 points or something. So Oak knows what he needs to do. And he also needs to do well against Plebian. Okay, Julian is here, just need Plebian. And Mike, when you're in the next match after this one, don't go away, because you're actually doing both of your last fights in quick succession, so you'll be done the tourney very soon, so don't leave. Okay, so Julian will be on the left and Plebian will be on the right. Our first fight in competition against each other. Nice, yeah. You guys haven't had a chance to meet much. In fact, you haven't at all.
Is it the Zero, I'm guessing? Yes.
Moje. Moje.
Nice counter. Did the double sidestep and got his arm. Very nice. Ooh, just went straight in. Blocked the first one, but couldn't block the second one. Got him as he sidestepped. Thrust through as he chopped. Russian got him again. Thrust landed but didn't kill. Thrust landed again, didn't kill, but neutral one. Very fast fight. I think this Plebian knows
Yeah.
Julian's style world too well. Very nice.
Okay, that was 7-2.
I believe so.
Okay.
Very
Okay,
pivotal fight here.
yeah, Mike against Oak. Oak needs to win. And it doesn't really matter by how much, he just needs to win. To be absolutely sure that he's gonna win the whole thing.
If he wins both, I think it's lights out for you.
Yeah.
If he loses, I think maybe if he loses by 1 point, he might be fine.
Yeah, it's up in the air if he does lose. I still have a fight to go too, so who knows about that, but
You're gonna have to win that one as well.
yeah. There's no way around that. Alright, Mike will be on the left, Oak will be on the right, and like I said, Mike, you've got a fight right after this, so don't leave. Yeah, it's getting really interesting. It does say Oak is below me, but that's just because he has a fight to do, and I did the fight against Maestro, so that doesn't really mean anything.
Okay. Laszlo in the Marina. Interesting matchup. I'm sure Mike will want to do a lot of pushes here, so he loves pushing, but Laszlo is a tough guy to push. And that is the second time that's happened, where he blocks and then kicks him in the balls. It's unfortunate. But Hope gets a pommel strike. Maybe lag? Gotta be lag. Push him away. Get him out of here. Get him out of the fight. Get
Oh
away
my.
from me.
Oak is just...
He was lagging,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, good discipline from Oak. Good sportsmanship. I wouldn't have blamed Oak, actually, though, if he went for a kill, because his opponent was getting so close. But,
Yeah.
yeah, something definitely did look strange, though, so...
Yeah, I've had that happen to me, and I've gotten killed because of that.
Yeah, back X there. I hope the
Really?
lag's not continuing,
Yeah.
but,
You
you
put
know,
a little
Oak is
lag
that
spike
good,
and
too.
just walk forward.
Yeah. Could easily just be Oak
Right
being
up
that
close.
good, though. Oak is just... If you're making mistakes, he can punish them instantly.
Oak is luring him in with some kind of power. He
Yeah.
won't attack, he just walks forward. Hypnotize him.
Oof. Nice one.
Wow, that doesn't hit. Surprisingly. Nice. Landing a push on Oak is quite the feat. The only way to really do it is off a block. It's impressive that he pulled it off. And then gets his life taken because of it.
Okay, 7-2? Yeah, just making sure I remembered properly. If I make a mistake with the points, guys, let me know. But it is helpful that YouTube lets you see the past, so to speak. Okay, Mike is still here. You're gonna be fighting Piper now. I don't envy him. He's ending with 2 really hard fights for anybody. It's not just they're not just hard for a new player. They're hard for the best. Yeah, so you gotta lock in with this one. I think Alex is also a good pick against Marina. But this is your last fight.
Oak is spreading propaganda about keyboard.
Oh my.
False fake news.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think controller's better, but there's no question Oak is a god on keyboard. Alright. Piper on the left, Mike on the right. It'd be nice if in the future, if an elimination stage was added, so many close scores. Oh, Subutai, Piper, nobody deserves to lose, really, but that's the game. Yeah,
That'd be interesting.
yeah. Because we have had a lot of cases like that where everyone has a similar score. And, like, everyone feels like a winner, but then we just select one based on the criteria. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe have like the top 4, top 2 duke it out.
Yeah.
Who wins.
I think Venator's done that before.
Yeah,
I'm definitely not opposed to it.
Yes.
Don't play this, but it's cool though. Yeah, you can, if you think this is cool, you can jump in and play right now. Just come join the Discord. You'll find plenty of people looking for matches and weekly tournaments as well. And you don't need the game, you can just play through Parsec. Yeah, you can just straight up try without buying it. Yep.
Mike's doing pretty well here. He's getting some pushes in. Oh, that push did not go through.
Yeah, Piper's did though. Piper can push as well.
Piper's did it twice.
Yeah, I have a feeling in a pushing match, Piper's gonna win.
For sure.
Oh, nothing happened. I feel like,
they kind of just touched each other.
yeah. I hope that wasn't because of lag or something. I don't think it was. I think they just the push is cancelled. Oh no, Piper didn't follow it
Did
up.
the wrong move.
Yeah. Good push. Yeah, they're kind of
Push
delayed
again.
there. Punch this time.
Punch.
Yeah, he used it and incentivized people to fight until the end to catch a top 3 spot, maybe. Yeah, that's a fair point. And it would help with a little bit anyway with the issue that Plebian had. But to be fair, if you got like 0, it would still really harm your chances of getting top 3. And that's just how it is. Because we're rating performance, not just how many you're winning. But Piper, for a convincing win. Okay, that was 7-3. Thank you for competing though, Mike. It's great to see you competing in tournaments again after so long. And I'm sure you'll get better if you keep it up. We've definitely seen some great things from you before, so keep practicing and you'll get better. Used to be a classic name in the USFC. He would show up every Saturday, so hope to see more from him. In almost any format, if you lose decisively, it makes it harder to come back. Yeah, that's just kind of how it is. At least it's not, I guess, single elimination where you're just done. Like, you don't get to fight again if you lose. Okay, Plebian will be on the left and Oak will be on the right. And this is important. If Oak wins the fight at all, Oak is the winner.
Yep, very decisive match. These next 2 coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, it says Piper's in the lead right now, but that's gonna change very soon. He's done his fights. And that's gonna change no matter what. Unless, yeah, unless we both somehow got 0 points. Or something stupid like that.
Well, it seems I secured 4th with losing a lot, so I'll take it, I guess.
Yeah.
I lost quite a few matches, and so I guess the points kept me up because they were pretty close when I did lose.
Okay, I got pinged reconnecting. Oh. I think Plebian just had a brief problem there. That sometimes happens.
Yep.
Do we play Spore? I know about Spore. That was a game I played in my childhood, but I don't play it anymore. I had the disc for it back in the day. You know, back when you often bought discs for these games and didn't have Steam. I feel a little bit old now, but yeah, I don't have it on Steam or anything. So I don't really play it. But that was a classic back in the day. I'm sure somebody here has played it. Stab to the face.
Stab to the face.
Yeah. You know, if Plebian wins here, at least he can brag about that. Like, he beat the top contender to win, you know? After the 7-0 at the beginning, that would be pretty huge.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, 3 flags.
Good retreat cut there.
Yeah. He's really got to play to Zera's strengths. And hope that Oak doesn't adapt. Had it on CD, nice. Yeah. Good spacing
This
from
is where
Plebian.
this is where Oak does his work. He starts to get that lead taken from him, and then just
Yeah,
starts to find what works.
yeah. Although I have to say, like, you can see by how Plebian's playing, he's making some really nice reads. Like, if Oak were too close, those cuts would have landed. Oh no, the triple back Y, actually. That's something that Oak has talked about, how he can... I don't think he meant to, mind you. I think he just kind of panicked and pressed Y 3 times, but he has mentioned this idea of doing the slow combo on purpose with the double back Y, and then throwing a back Y to throw your opponent off, because they think you can just punish the slow cut. So, sometimes that actually does work. Oh, that would have been amazing. Nice.
Got the head with the B cut. Very impressive.
Yeah, Plebian, regardless of the outcome now, he's put on a good show. Can be very happy with his performance here, but obviously he'll want to win. He doesn't want to choke here. That's another one. He needs one more. And this is huge for me.
Very happy about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, totally not biased here. And it doesn't help that he's the underdog, so naturally I tend to root for the underdog. Oh, but this is, like you were saying, this is where Oak can turn it around. Yeah. He and I are the same way in this regard.
Finds the number and then it slowly comes back.
Yeah, and he knows, like, he can't lose here. Oh!
No.
Yeah, that
I know that
Plebian-
feeling. I did the same thing.
Yeah, Plebian just wants to end it. But Oak's not gonna let it happen. Certainly not that easily.
Close.
Yeah, that was quite an exchange. Oak is sidestepping just enough to avoid those stabs, and that's a very good tactic against Zera. Now he needs one more to potentially win it. Whiff! Oh.
Comeback.
Nice comeback from Oak.
Unfortunate.
That's
But
what he does.
I think this secures Oak as the winner of this one, but we still have one fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a matter of by how much at this point. But we'll see. Julian gets to fight me now. Oak has been on a bit of a tournament win streak lately, I would say. So,
Yeah.
so well played to him, and it's been regardless of host. He's been doing especially well on Tao's host, but even on my host, like, you can't mess around with the guy. He plays as if he is in Russia right now, like on a Russian host. And I think he said before,
Zera
it's...
isn't garbage, Plebian. He's pretty good. He's just, I don't think he's the best longsworder.
If Oak wins tomorrow, he'll have 3 consecutive tourneys on the 3 hosts. Yeah, that would be pretty impressive. And on separate days, too. Because a lot of people, and, you know, Oak's not immune to this, but a lot of people have off days. So, very often you have a tourney the next day and your performance isn't quite where it was the previous day. We're seeing that a bit less lately, though, as the competition has just been incredible lately. The close fights and whatnot. Julian, you're on the left, if you didn't catch that. And this will be the final fight of the tournament. Let me see if he's here. He might have disconnected. Waiting to
Yeah, we've been
connect,
having
yeah.
Lots of tournaments recently.
Yeah, it's really nice. Spring and the summer is definitely prime time for that type of thing.
Yeah, because when before I took a break, we were in like a drought. You know, you weren't hosting.
Yeah.
Zen was barely hosting. He did some. It was really just USFC.
Yeah, I was super busy, and unfortunately I'll be really busy in the fall. Probably be able to show up for USFC, but yeah, there'll be a while where it's only weekends and stuff. But I've got more time for now, so.
That's good. Because I think what we had a tournament Wednesday, one today, one tomorrow, and then USFC Saturday.
Yeah, and possibly Sunday too, but no pressure, Tao. It's up to Tao if he wants to do that.
Nice grab. I imagine the grab is gonna come in here a lot. Stab off the thing. Julian typically really either stands still or walks forward, so doesn't do much walking backwards, so you might get grabbed a lot here, but it seems he's throwing in combos to not let the grab come in. Double. Trick shot. Wow, the long guard job does not work for Julian somehow. I don't know where it went, but Super takes it with a forward Y. Except misses. Forward B cut lands. Yeah, that stance is a lot less defensive, more of an offensive stance. Guard is not as good there. Back wide lands. He's just throwing some cuts out there and like rides the blade with a side step and walks in for a grab. So well. Long guard chop and I think maybe an X cut or so for Julian, but double nonetheless. Shot does not land, nothing from yet, or he has landed something, I guess. Forward Y takes it. Low cut misses. Exchange here to a double. Gonna do that other guard again. Goes for a stab, but just gets countered. GG.
GG. Yeah.
It seems Oak is the winner.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very close one, but Oak took it by 2 points. That's how close it was. So that's the amount of points. Like Oak needed to score 5 in that last round to at least have the chance of tying. But if he scored 6 or got the 7 as he did, then he was definitely gonna win. So well done, Oak. Very, very good performance as usual. Just that one loss against Piper, but it really didn't matter because he got like 6 points there. So I got second place. Piper got third. Well deserved from Piper. I mean, he actually defeated the guy who got first by 1 point. So well done to Piper as well. Same score as me. It just came down between us. It came down to points difference. So, any last words, Luck, before we end the stream?
No, I'm all good.
All right. Well, GG's everyone. It was a good tournament as always, very competitive. Glad to see Prison Mike making a bit of a comeback, Julian showing up as well. And be on the lookout for the events Friday there. Venator will be hosting some stuff. And USFC, as always, will be on the weekend. So I'll see you next time.
Later.
and